Despite Washington clearly not favoring military confrontation with Iran, Israel isn't ruling it out. Major drills simulating missile strikes in case of a war with the Islamic State have been held in Tel Aviv. And those emergency exercises are not the only way Israelis are being prepared for an attack, as RT's Middle East correspondent Paula Slier found out.
This 15-page emergency brochure is being distributed by the Israeli army across the country, and it puts a rather smiling face on very serious and grim statistics. The brochure talks about what people should do in a state of emergency. It says that there is a need for a family talk, that families should get together and talk about what to do if this country is in a state of crisis. At the same time, it says that anywhere between 30 seconds and 3 minutes is the time frame that Israelis will have from the moment sirens sound until there is a state of emergency here. It also urges people to go and check that their bomb shelters are up to scratch. Now, the brochure doesn't make any mention of any kind of war on Iran, but certainly it is giving some kind of urgency, and there have been those who've suggested that it is really the latest step by Israeli politicians in preparation for an imminent war. And certainly we've heard that kind of rhetoric coming out of the Israeli political elite. Some officials have said that we're looking at a civilian count of some 500 people in any kind of war that would follow an Israeli strike on Iran. Parallel to this brochure, there is an advert that is flighting on Israeli television, and it shows a Western general who's sitting with Israeli army officers, and they're trying to convince him to give their support in an Israeli attack on an enemy state, presumably Iran. The general at that stage takes a bite of the chocolate hazelnut that's sitting in front of him, and he says something along the lines of "let's go nuts," which the Israelis misinterpret to mean that he has given them the green light for this operation. And so the missiles start to fly, and you have this all-out war situation. The Israelis certainly have been putting up their rhetoric, and it does seem as if there is something on the go. We have heard some Israeli politicians on record saying that a strike on Iran is going to happen soon. But the official line, certainly from the government, in terms of this brochure and when we spoke to the army, was that it is nothing more than just a general public awareness campaign, that people in this country need to know what to do in a state of emergency. Paula Slier, RT, Tel Aviv.